Yo, 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 this is Levin. We're gonna do another phone banking session. Call. I'm gonna call Nevadans now.
Why is it not?
Click save.
Save? Now, Andrew, you got these concerns. Which candidates are you currently meeting?
I was just talking to a staunch, very, very staunch Trump supporter, and he was like laughing at everything I was saying.
Hi, this is Elaine. Hello?
And I love that because
I got a
it's like the biggest rush.
Hello?
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important to Nevadans this year for the election coming up.
I don't let me do anything.
You have to dial in. You hung up your phone.
Oh. So I don't get in or anything. Okay. And out of the technology sector, who has been watching the changes that are occurring. You know, they changed the tone. It says hi, and then it says hi, David. I'm just quickly calling to see if you support Andrew Yang. That's a whole lot easier.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right? How do we deal with the fact that Amazon is getting all the sales that Amazon is not. Am I actually going to take that? And so being he's coming from that world, he has a very clear understanding of how it works and the things that do things.
A little slow to connect here.
Spark any interest for those things that, you know. Exactly.
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if Kathleen's available. Hi. Okay. Well, I'd be happy to speak with another member of the household. I'm calling to find out what's important to. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm a. Excellent. Cool. Well, I'm actually. I certainly respect your choice there. I am volunteering my time for the Andrew Yang campaign, though. Are you still there? I would call that a Trump supporter. Firmly support. That's about it. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year in terms of the elections coming up. I'm wondering if Pauline's available. Oh, hi, Pauline. Yeah, I'm from the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I'm a volunteer, and I'm wondering if you have about 2 or 3 minutes to share some opinions. Okay. Okay, so you heard of him, but you don't know too much about him? Uh-huh. Okay. So, are you aware of his freedom dividend policy, his flagship policy to make every American citizen a shareholder of the economy, receiving $1,000 per month in what he's calling? Hmm. Yeah, right. Yeah, that was my reaction almost to the T when I heard it. I'm like, well, that's interesting. I was like in my mind is like, is this guy trying to buy votes? And where we're going to get the money, right? That was my next question. Um, so if I may tell you a little bit about those questions. So Andrew Yang points out that our economy is actually doing great in some measures, like GDP is sky high, stock market's up. However, we also have record levels of suicides, record levels of depression, and record low levels of labor force participation. So what that all points to is that our economy is being more and more automated so that big companies can do so much more and produce so much more, but with fewer and fewer people. So that's really changing our labor landscape, leaving a lot of people behind. So when I heard about that, I'm like, okay, well, $1,000 a month as a freedom dividend would create an income floor so that even if people lose their jobs to no fault of their own, like you can be a very skilled manufacturing worker and you can be very hardworking. So a lot of our old values kind of are being displaced by the progress we're making in technology. And so kind of put that policy into perspective for me at least. And that's why I've decided to donate my time to spread the word of Andrew Yang. Yeah, and great, awesome. Oh yeah, the debates are going on tomorrow. It's going to be an exciting time. Before I let you go, would it be okay if I sent you some email information about Andrew Yang? Okay. Just one second. Let me jot down your email. Yeah, climate change. Yeah, did you see the climate town hall on CNN a couple of days back? Okay. Yeah, it's a big issue for all the Democrats this year, and a lot of Democrats are trying to cut down on carbon output. I think the one thing that stands out about Andrew Yang is that he recognizes that the United States is only 15% of global carbon emissions. So even if we completely stop our output, that's only going to be an incremental benefit worldwide. So it's going to actually require a lot more. So yeah, just wanted to fill you in since you didn't get a chance to see that. Yes, so Andrew Yang wants us to immediately rejoin the Paris Accords. Um, yeah, and what's different about Andrew Yang is because he understands technology. He's an entrepreneur. Um, he knows that a lot of the things that we're going to do might actually not be enough. He's the only candidate that's pushing for geoengineering efforts, efforts like reforestation, seeding the ocean with carbon absorbing organisms, and advanced farming practices that lock in pull carbon out of the air actively. So that's what it really, I think, excites me about Andrew Yang is he's always at the forefront, and we really need to be at the forefront. And if we're going to make it through all these crises that are coming together, we have climate, we have automation, we have identity division, and all of those three things. Um, from what I can see, Andrew's got the best plan. So I appreciate your time, and I hope you keep an eye out for him tomorrow.
And are you interested in any of your
Thank you for your time.
candidates, or is he the main one that you're interested in? Oh, he's the only one you're interested in? There's no others that you might be considering? Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. And also, what do you think your most important issues are? Have you watched any of the debates yet? Okay, and to you, the most important issues are healthcare reform. Okay, we'll put that down for you. Thank you very much. Bye.
It's not about right. It's not about left. It's about moral.
Case for Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm. Good work. You're getting the flow of it, right?
And it is most important one is healthcare reform. But it's still for Joe Biden and nobody else. Okay, now how do I put him in?
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year in terms of the election coming up.
It already switched me to somebody else that didn't let me enter anything.
It's still there.
Where? Okay.
Everything's still here.
Oh, okay. Strong supporter of license. Oh, okay. There.
You got this.
So which one, if he says he's definitely for Joe Biden and nobody else, which thing do I check? Will unlikely to support or will not support?
Yeah, will not support Andrew Yang, and then the next prompt will be Biden and firmly support Biden. Yes.
Thanks.
Biden's up top. Yeah. Hi, my name is Levin. I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. And I'm wondering if Mary is available. Mm-mm.
Right. But
Hi, I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang campaign. Hi. Can you hear me?
well, one of the things that
There's something, I think there's something wrong with my phone. I'm not sure.
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer.
Are you still there? No.
You've had a conversation before, right?
Yeah, but not on. Yeah, I just talked to that guy that was for Biden.
So it's probably not your phone. The phone's working. Hi, my name is Levin. I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I'm wondering if Michelle's available.
well, part of the what we
if I could, well, if I could mention, one of the things that Andrew Yang is proposing is a way to give every citizen some money to donate to political causes.
Hi, my name is Levin. I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang presidential campaign, and I'm wondering if Carlos is available. Ah, okay. Okay, well, thank you. Bye. Mm,
Hello, I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang campaign. Is Carrie available?
hmm, hmm.
Okay, are you part of the family or a friend or
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a
oh, good.
volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if you or a member of your household would like to share some
Okay,
opinions for like two or
we're
three
trying to find
minutes.
out what candidates you're interested in so far and what issues you're interested in so far. Do you have
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
any
Have a
opinions
good
on
day.
it yet?
So Andrew Yang has a solution.
Okay, and that's great. I'm glad you don't. Yeah, you want whoever can beat Trump, right?
How big is the city? How many people live in your town?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and what is it that you like about Lori?
Yeah. So, how,
Right, exactly. I really like Lori too. And have you paid any other attention to any other candidates?
okay. Well, so,
Let me ask you this.
so think about this. So,
Pete,
Hi, my name is Levin,
good
and
judge,
I'm a
good judge.
volunteer calling to find out
Okay,
what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if Candy's
here you
available.
go. And
how would it affect your small
and
Hello?
and
every month? There was an
yeah, he comes across really well.
worth of
And what about Yang?
for people to spend in your small town. Can you see what a tremendous impact that would have economically?
Okay.
To have $500,000 available for people to buy stuff?
Uh-huh.
That's Andrew Yang's plan. He wants to tax Amazon, who isn't.
Yeah, he's like,
And take some of that money.
yeah, and then, the other question
Hi,
is
my name is
what,
Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans
if
this year for the
one of these
election
other
coming up.
ones, they were, Yang became
I'm wondering if Ann's available.
the Democratic, like the,
I'm sorry. Here,
like,
I'll try to get to a spot. Um, can you right. What was this? She refused to speak. She said she was 94. She wasn't feeling well. Yeah. Talk to the right person.
I'm 73 myself.
All right.
Okay, so your top issue is gun lobby, and is there a second and safety, and then is there another second issue after that? Or that's your most important one? Would you be,
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. Is this Joyce I'm speaking to?
you guys go on YouTube or anything to look at the debate?
Hello?
And it's on YouTube, like after the debate, or?
Okay. Well, thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Okay. Have you seen, I'm actually calling from the Yang campaign, and I'm wondering if you've seen anything on Yang as far as like the gun law, like he was in one of the, he gave a really good talk in one of the, with one of
Hi, my name is Levin. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. And I'm wondering if you or somebody in the household would be willing to have a 2 or 3 minute conversation to share some opinions.
it's like everybody, and also the losers bunch of the national kids and stuff. It's like, he has a really.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.
So I was wondering if you've seen anything on that.
They didn't want to talk about politics.
Okay. Well, good. Oh, then they,
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if Ellen's available.
or the climate change stuff.
No contact.
And he's really strong on policy and the numbers and stuff too. It's like, how are we gonna pay for this thing if we do it or whatever? It's like he knows what to be done if we can.
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. Is this Nancy that I'm speaking to? Ah, okay. Pardon me. Yeah. Have a good one. Thank you.
And that's, yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
She's waiting for a call from her doctor and can't talk.
Okay, well, do you want, I kind of do too. It's like I agree, Gene, it's Warren for president and Yang for vice president. So, you know,
So this is cool, really cool. Where I'm hosting a phone banking party at my house. Three other we have 3 other people calling, and it was all 3 of them is their first time calling today. So getting some new phone bangers out there, it feels really good.
email if you have email with it, email information to you if you want any extra information. Like, you seem like you're getting really all the information you need on whatever you're watching, so.
What he's come up with so far is designed to help people just like you
You know what?
have a little bit better life. Because,
Sometimes,
this life, we've seen what a life trickle down is.
yeah, right. What I was gonna say, what I've noticed is that MSNBC is not giving as good coverage of gang as some of the other, like CNN is actually very on gang.
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I was wondering if you or somebody in the household would be willing to have a 2 or 3 minute conversation to share some opinions.
Anyway, do you ever watch, do you ever watch CNN or any of the other stations, or like the PBS interviews or anything like that? Okay, I got it. Well, thank you very much for your.
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if you or someone in your household would be willing to take 2 or 3 minutes to share some opinions.
And that's the whole reason that
All right, thank you.
um, the way Trump got elected is that we automated 4 million manufacturing jobs. Like 4 million people in the swing states lost their manufacturing jobs. Every district that where they automated, you know, as much automation as there was the same amount of swing from blue to red, because people lost their jobs and they just wanted to change. They wanted anything different than what. And so that's one of the main things James is trying to do is create a safety net for people who lose their jobs. Have you noticed the thing that he said about the freedom dividend? Like, people get $1,000 a month for, in case, you know, like to cover for emergencies or in case they lose their job or something, so that they'll be able to be able to get by, to be able to move or find a new job or go back to school or whatever it's they need to do.
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm calling to find out what's important for Americans this year in terms of the election coming up. I heard a bunch of kids yelling in the background that call.
Huh, okay, yeah, that's another problem. Okay, well, go ahead. What was funny?
Hi, my name is Levin. I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the.
Yeah, she's got her own spiritual approach, I think. Yeah, yeah, and
Hey, I'm over here. Hey, my name is Levin, and I'm calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up.
so I think they, she just wanted to see more women running for office, so she decided she should set an example, but I don't, but anyway, I like her, and she's gonna, she's making a good president. Um, what was I gonna say?
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important to Americans this year. Um,
That's a good one, I like that. Okay. Yeah, especially, I mean, people didn't know before he got elected, I guess, but if they voted for him again, that, that shows some.
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out. Hello? Well,
Okay, so,
Go for it.
I think,
I wasn't sure.
I wrote down all the different, what the different choices are, and, I enjoy talking with you, so thanks very much for your help. I appreciate it. Okay, thank you, bye.
hi.
Okay, is there a
Yeah, maybe I should use a softer voice, huh?
Yeah, actually, the lady I
Hello, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. All right, well, thank you.
schools and, but her first choice is Warren. She wants to see a woman, she wants to see a woman. She thinks Yang is good and then he knows policy and stuff, but she wants to see a woman president. So she thinks, she wants Warren for president and Yang for vice president.
I like that, but I.
So I guess if he got it, she would vote for it, but she's not, it's like, it's kind of like her good choice, actually.
This is like all uphill, it feels like, doesn't it? I spoke to one person that knows Yang. She refused to vote for him.
Nevada is uphill, sort of. New Hampshire and Iowa seems to be more receptive to the Yang so far.
Iowa may not be the best state. I think
I've talked to three. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm calling as a volunteer to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I was wondering if Roberto's available. Ah, okay. Well, I'd be happy to speak with you or another member of the household. We're just trying to gather some information about what people think for the election coming up. Do you have about 2 or 3 minutes? Okay, great. Well, I'm a volunteering for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign, and I'm wondering if you've heard of Andrew Yang. Have you heard of Andrew Yang? Have you heard? So you haven't heard of Andrew Yang, the man who wants to give every American $1,000 a month in what he's calling the freedom dividend? Okay. Well, that's cool. Do you plan on voting in the next election coming up? Awesome. Well, there's a Democratic debate coming up tomorrow, and I encourage you. Do you think you're going to watch it? So yeah, so there's a man running for president, and he wants to give everybody $1,000 a month, every American citizen, and he's calling it the freedom dividend. And the whole idea is to make every citizen a stakeholder and shareholder of the economy. And our economy is more and more being automated. So the big companies can do a lot and produce a lot with fewer and fewer people. And we're already starting to see people lose their jobs. Um, in the last 10 years, there has been 4 million manufacturing workers that were automated away. And in all of those states that uh, had the most manufacturing job loss, those are the states that went to Trump in 2016. Um, so, were you aware of any of the things I'm telling you now? Does that ring a bell?
And their delegates get together and decide who they're gonna give up. You know, Iowa has a certain number of votes.
Okay. Hello? Are you still there?
Whether they have to give them all to one person or split them up, they do the delegates.
Yeah, there was a lot of static. It sounded like he was in a car with his windows rolled down.
But we're doing the right thing. All we're trying to do, it's like, up till now, especially most older people haven't paid any attention to politics up to this point. It's like, it's just, this may be the first debate they see. And I didn't see the first debates. I'm 73, and I just happened to accidentally run across.
Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. Is Raquel available?
I never even watched it, but I just.
Hi, I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang presidential campaign, and I'm just quickly calling to see if you've heard of Andrew Yang.
It's from that one contest. And it's like, from the one.
Okay,
And on Reddit, and I went
so you heard the name.
I Googled Andrew Yang and interviews. I tried to watch an interview and
He's the guy that wants to give every American $1,000 a month in what he's calling the freedom dividend
the thing.
to make everybody a stakeholder of this economy that's getting more and more automated by AI and technology, self-driving cars, robotics. Does that ring a bell?
It's all the poverty problems and stuff like that. And you can tell he's being
Hmm.
genuine and what
Yeah, Andrew Yang was on the debates.
he sat there and explained in detail all of this stuff works. He's like, how does
Oh, bummer.
dividend work? And how does the tax,
Okay.
why is it doesn't cause inflation?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, he was on the second night. You're right.
said, because I want people to have questions about it, how is it going to be funded? Well, they took a clip, there's,
Hmm.
there's a little YouTube video that says, how is he going to fund this? And what it is a clip that they took from Joe Rogan that explains
Hmm.
exactly how he's going to fund this. And so I
Yeah, on your phone, that's great. That's how a lot of people find out about Andrew Yang because he's actually he's an outsider. He's not a career politician. So the DNC establishment is kind of trying to ignore him. But he's getting so much momentum on social media, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook that he's actually started to pull fifth. In the latest poll, he's actually pulled ahead of Pete Buttigieg, and he's in a really good standing going into the next debate tomorrow. Do you think you'll be watching the debate tomorrow? Awesome.
scientific information on that. Huh?
Yeah.
Read it. Oh, read it.
Well, since you get most of your awesome, great. But since you get most of your media on your phone, I encourage you to Google Andrew Yang or look up Andrew Yang on Joe Rogan. Do you know Joe Rogan?
My issue is that
Okay. Yeah, his interview on Joe Rogan was awesome. And that's how, I decided to do crazy stuff like make phone calls to make cold calls on his behalf. Yeah. Mm. Nice.
But it's like, I know I eat out of anxiety. It's like I get, you know, if I don't get enough exercise or I'm not taking good care of myself, I'm
Mm-hmm.
stressed out and having an anxious nervous anyway. But if I don't get enough sleep, if I don't get enough exercise, all that kind of stuff, my anxiety is a lot worse than I ever eat. And what I do is I eat too much. And I don't eat sugar, but I
Yeah. Would it help you if I sent you an email about him?
used to weigh like about 100 pounds more than I do now. So
Great. Nice.
it's like I lose a whole bunch and then I'll gain back. I'll lose a whole bunch and gain back. Oh, I won't gain all of it back. I'll gain 20 pounds back and have to start over again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I think I'm, I'm not too good at, I'm like those people that have the New Year's resolutions and they don't follow through on them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm,
Yeah, Elon Musk is the CEO of Tesla.
sometimes I got to week or 2 weeks, but they still have to constantly keep putting themselves back on track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the best intro because Andrew really shines in a long form interview. I mean, he's got great sound bites too, just like he's got the best of them. But his policies are actually really deep. Like they sound really catchy. And usually for most politicians, you look into their catchy, what they say, but once you research, you find out, they made these assumptions, they made these generalizations. But with Andrew, it's like you first hear his policies and you're like, that's crazy. But the more you look into it, the more sense they start making. Yeah.
There's there's one at UCSB too, and they
Hmm.
might be able to
Yeah.
more support because it's about 16.
He's not. He's actually from upstate New York, Schenectady, New York. Yeah.
I don't know if it's on, I think it's on just James 2020, and you'll find a way.
Yeah. So he's an entrepreneur and he was working at a nonprofit for 10 years, a nonprofit that created jobs in like kind of left behind states like Michigan, Ohio, places like that. And he created thousands of jobs doing that. But while he was doing that, he noticed that as many jobs as he could create, automation is displacing like vastly more. So that's when he decided to start advocating for universal basic income, which he's calling the freedom dividend, and running for president. Yeah.
There's gonna be lots of people over there. Who the hell is this? We better look it up on the internet. And that's the problem with the Iowans. It's like this lady.
Hmm.
It's like she said.
It's great to hear.
But I don't ever get on it because I asked her if she'd see this or that about getting in the, because she said her issue was the gun lobby. And I asked her if she'd seen his response to the national news or to gun lobby conversation. And she said, no, she didn't, she's afraid to mess with computers. And so, yeah, it's like, so it's,
All right. Glad I can reach you.
anyone's a
Hmm.
see, it's gonna be.
Can I? Okay. Can I just ask you one more thing? Because I'm supposed to ask you what's your most important issue that you care about this year? Uh huh. Hmm. Was built, right? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm also so. Yeah, so before I let you go, I just wanted to say one thing in regards to that. Um, I mean, my favorite thing about Andrew Yang is how he can cut through the divide, the identity politics divide. Um, he points out that you know we have a stigma against immigrants. However, it's misplaced because what we're blaming the immigrants for is actually caused by automation and technology, like displacing jobs. And Andrew Yang, he's a child of immigrants himself, and so he's had a lot of nuanced experiences on that front. And I've seen a lot of very like intimate interviews with Andrew where he talks about his life growing up because he's of Asian ethnicity. He's Taiwanese American, and he grew up in upstate New York where he was the only Asian kid. So there's a lot of like really heart touching stories there, and I just think he has a unique ability to reach across to all kinds of people. And yeah, so I encourage you to keep your attention on him tomorrow when the debate comes on. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. And I'm wondering if you or a member of the household would be willing to have a 2 or 3 minute conversation to share some opinions. All right. All right. Yeah, no worries. Have a good one. Don't have the time. Yeah, the next debate, man. I'm excited for it. I'm hosting a debate watch party at my house. Should be fun. We got like 15 people RSVP. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the upcoming election. I'm wondering if you'd be willing to have a 2 or 3 minute conversation. Excuse me? Oh, oh, a business. Oh, I did. A phone sex line. Interesting. All right. Bye bye. Bye. That was. I don't know if I just got pranked or what, but let's see. Moved. Wrong number. Should I say do not call? Yeah. Nah, I'll leave that up. Yeah, the woman's like, you've called a phone sex line. I'm like, at first I did a double take. I didn't hear her right. I was like, excuse me? And she repeated it again. I don't know. She might just be a clever person and it's just telling me to go away with something funny, but she did have a really sexy voice, so I don't know. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. So I'm wondering if Dorothy is available. Okay, well, Hello? Let's see. Uh, should have tried to convert a phone sex operator, huh? I'm like, hey, Andrew Yang is pro sex worker rights, yo. He's a very progressive dude. I wonder if the campaign's gonna get charged at like phone sex line rates for calling that number. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year. What's up, Caroline? Let's see what happened here. How you doing? Yeah, I can see your comments. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if Mark's available. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm calling as a volunteer to find out what Americans are find important this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if Ken's available. Hey, Ken. Yeah, thanks for taking my call. I'm volunteering for Andrew Yang, and I'm wondering if you've heard of him. Yeah, $1,000 a month. Yeah, yeah. He's calling it the freedom dividend, and yeah. What do you think about it so far, based on what you heard? It does, right? Sounds like bullshit. Yeah. So some concerns that I had. So, are you worried about inflation? Is that what I hear? Ah, I see. Okay. Hmm. That's great. Well, you would still be getting an extra $1,000 a month on top of that, all that. And do you have kids and grandkids? Yeah. So, I think, yeah, go ahead. Right. Yeah, they're still doing it there. Did you used to live in Alaska? Right. Well, the oil does run out. However, technology doesn't run out. Technology only gets better and better. And, Andrew Yang saying, what's the oil of the 21st century? Technology, automation. Um, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Right. And putting utilities out of business a little bit, perhaps, right? Um, right. Hmm. Well, that's great. It's good to hear that. It's good to hear you that you're retired and that you are living comfortably. Really good to hear because there's a lot of people out there. It's sad to see when I call people and they're still worried about, their survival, even in their old age. So, yeah, yeah, in the direction we're going now, yes, yeah, yeah. You know what? Did you hear Andrew Yang speak specifically to that in the last debate? Okay. Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned manufacturing jobs because over the past 10, 20 years, we've already lost 4 million manufacturing jobs. And Andrew Yang points out that there's a direct correlation between the states that lost the most manufacturing jobs and the states where the votes went to Trump. And what he's pointing out is that, Trump, you know, uh-huh. Yeah, those states for sure. Yeah. Yeah, the Democratic Party definitely has its issues. So yeah, here's mhm. Well, the nation is still majority white, and so it's not by much. You're right. You're right. And yeah, yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, when we live in a culture of scarcity, when we don't have enough to go around, it is a problem that people tend to group together by their identities, right? But if you imagine a world, tribalism, right?
And it's not listed with PDF.com, right?
Right.
But you can also go to Yang 2020 and find this. And the guy that was here just told me about the thing on October 5th, where they're gonna, is this
Hmm.
the thing that they're gonna set on,
I heard about
the Labor Day picnic or whatever?
it. Right,
They're
right.
gonna have something like that for San Diego on October 5th.
Oh.
So, and like everybody's gonna be out all over the place.
And the hurricanes are going to move inland too.
I don't know that much about it yet, I just know there is a.
We gotta stop being. We gotta start, looking for Americans, looking out for Americans. And this plan is to make every American. Mhm. Yeah, and they're all Americans that we're giving this money to, though. You know, but um, yeah, I don't know. A lot, I assume. Well, our economic output is about $20 trillion each year, right?
So they probably have, if you want
Multiple.
to check out
Hmm.
some other fundraisers, they're around.
Well, I reached out to the campaign
Mhm.
itself,
Yeah.
because I think they should be, I could do a podcast for them for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't run the podcast,
Yeah.
right? I can provide the.
Yeah, most money is going to be all that's going to happen. Most of it will happen electronically. You get your tax returns and you deposit into the bank. You don't take it out in cash.
Now, what can we do is hoping to hear back after anything yet.
Yeah, they're probably really close to Iowa or
Yeah.
whatever. It'll be interesting to put it in California.
I hope so.
Mm. You want to hear my take on whose fault and what we can do about it? Yeah. So it's tempting to blame either Democrats or Republicans or a specific group, but really what's happening is we've been undergoing a technological and industrial revolution, the scale of which has never happened before. The experts are calling it the fourth industrial revolution, and it's just a natural progression of human evolution. Our technology has gotten so good that we can produce so much with so few people. So, like we are the richest nation in the history of the world. And the only reason that we feel like, our GDP is sky high, our stock market's sky high, but we also have sky high suicide rates, sky high depression rates, and we have this racial division in this country. And it's all caused by a scarcity mentality because even though we are producing so much, all the products, all the value is getting concentrated into the hands of these major corporations like Amazon, Google, Facebook, etc. And in the upcoming 10 to 20 years, about 50% of all American jobs are going to be automated by technology. You're going to have self-driving trucks, you're going to have self-driving cars, call center work is going to be software, a robot voice talking to you. Retail jobs, you've already seen like fast food, you order on a screen, grocery, you do self-checkout. So it's, our, yeah, that's one way. Yeah. And that's a lot of the other Democrats are talking about like rolling the clock back, like I hear Bernie Sanders talking about job guarantee, breaking up big tech and stuff like that. And that's definitely one approach. And I think, we're just starting to see what the actual problem is because Andrew Yang's been talking about it this time around. Other politicians are starting to catch on. However, their solutions are, exactly as you said, roll the clock back. But the problem is, if we roll the clock back, China's not going to roll the clock back. Russia's not going to roll the clock back. So if we want to stay ahead of things, in Andrew Yang's word, we can't go left, we can't go right, we have to go forward. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Yeah. I mean, or we could redistribute all that wealth that we've been so good at generating. Right? We do have enough money and enough wealth. It's just being concentrated at the top. Um, yeah, I wish I could. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I wonder if your kids and grandkids have heard about Andrew Yang. You know what? Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. Do you know Joe Rogan? Do you know a man named Joe Rogan? Okay. Do you have access to the internet? Okay. Because here's what I'll say. I'm glad that you are able to retire comfortably, um, and your family and your kids, they're going to be left with this world. So I encourage you to, if you have access to the internet, look up Andrew Yang and look up Joe Rogan. Andrew Yang did an interview with Joe Rogan where he talks about some of the things that I've mentioned in great detail. And what I wish is that, what's that? Yeah, he was born in New York, in upstate New York. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 There's no controversy about Yang's birthplace. Yeah, you can see his high school yearbook. See, he's been out there. Huh? Yeah. Well, I encourage you to look him up and also ask your kids. I think that because a lot of this, you see, Andrew Yang is such an outsider to the establishment. He's doing to the Democratic Party what Trump did to the Republican Party, just kind of messing up the party line. So mainstream liberal media is trying to erase him, but Andrew is popular on social media and on the internet and is really starting to win over a lot of people from both sides of the aisle. Um, to tell you something personal, my parents voted for Trump, and that actually caused a lot of strife in the family. And this year, I showed my parents the video of Andrew Yang interviewing with Joe Rogan, and they were both convinced that Andrew Yang, he's he's got the right, he knows what the actual problem is. Trump called out the problem as well, but Andrew Yang has actual solutions to move forward. And yeah, so I just encourage you to look him up. Yeah, and that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm volunteering. It's because I got to get the word out, right? Yeah, yeah. He's on tomorrow. Encourage you to keep an eye out for him. Great. One last thing. Would it be helpful to you if I sent you an email with some information about him? Have a good day. All right, man. I love the difficult conversation. Hi, hello. My name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if you would be willing to spend 2 or 3 minutes sharing some opinions with me. Okay, okay, I see. All right. Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, have a good day. Um, Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans for the election coming up. Um, I'm wondering if you would be willing to spend 2 or 3 minutes sharing some opinions with me. Okay, okay. Well, thank you. I hope you feel better. Dum, 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 dum. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year. Hi, my name is Levin. I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year in terms of the election coming up. And I'm wondering if Lisa is available. Oh, okay. Well, I'd be happy to speak with you. We're just trying to get some information about what's important to households. Would you be willing to share for 2 or 3 minutes? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Mm, I mean, yeah, oh, that's great. Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with that. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Yeah, bye. Not home, unavailable. She said she was from Australia. I'm like, well, I'll still talk to you. You can tell your friends. But she sounded like she didn't want to talk. So. Hi, my name is Levin. I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important to Americans this year for the election coming up. Is Janice available? Man, oh man, oh man. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year. Hi. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important to Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if Kim is available. Hi, my name is Levin. Mhm. Hello, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for people this year for the election coming up. Um, I'm wondering if I'm speaking to Sharon. Hi, I'm Levin, and I'm calling to find out what's important for Americans this year in terms of the election coming up. I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling on behalf of Andrew Yang's presidential campaign. I'm wondering if John's available. Okay, well, that's okay. Yeah. Is it okay if I speak with you about it? hmm we're just trying to get an idea of what's important to households, so I'd be happy to speak with another member of the household. And it'll only take 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for taking my call. I'm volunteering my time with Andrew Yang's campaign today, and I'm wondering if you've heard about Andrew Yang. Okay. Well, is it okay if I tell you just a little bit about him? Yeah. So his flagship proposal as a presidential candidate is to make every American a shareholder of our more and more automated economy, and he's calling this a freedom dividend of $1,000 a month for every American citizen. Um, so he points out that our economy is growing and growing, but it's growing in a way that's concentrating all the value and wealth in the hands of big corporations like Amazon, Google, Facebook, and a lot of those companies made billions and billions of dollars every year, but pay zero in taxes. And and those companies are also the ones with all the machinery to be able to automate away a lot of jobs that people used to do. He points out also that we lost about 4 million manufacturing jobs over the past 10, 15 years. And those places where the manufacturing jobs were lost were the states that went to Trump in 2016. And so, he wants to get ahead of this problem of automation and give every American $1,000 a month so that even if they lose their jobs, $1,000 a month would be just about enough to cover the basics of survival. So nobody's left like desperate for survival. He's also a very progressive. Yeah. Okay. In terms of how we pay for it. Have you heard of this policy before? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, not exactly. It would come from the overall economic output of the American economy. And it's also going to put that output directly into the hands of every citizen without any strings attached. So, and when that happens, it's just going to go right back into the economy. But so it comes from the top, like where it's concentrated and locked in, and it gets redistributed in what's called a trickle-up economy. So if everybody in your neighborhood had an extra $1,000 to spend in local businesses, do you think that would revive or like kind of um, boost your local economy, local shops? Hmm. Right, and that's a really good question. I'm glad you're a critical thinker. One of the reasons is because Americans are the biggest consumers, right? So companies have to be where their customers are. Um, so that's one thing. And the thing is, without this, companies already are moving out of the country. Um, and it's not only just moving them out of the country, it's even if they stay in the country, jobs are getting automated. So, we're going to have self-driving cars and self-driving trucks in the next 10 years. And retail, fast food, you're already starting to see self-checkout and ordering from a screen. So, studies have shown that about 50% of all American jobs is vulnerable to automation in the next 20, 30 years. And that's just a staggering number. And, Andrew Yang's the only candidate who's talking about the fourth industrial revolution that's already happening, frankly, already displacing 4 million manufacturing jobs. So, yeah, and I understand I'm not going to convince you. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Great. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Uh-huh. Hmm. Right. So, Andrew favors he favors a long path to legal citizenship, and he's a realist, right? So he's looking out for Americans, but he's also realist. And he points out that the human cost and the financial cost of deporting millions of people. Um, and the thing is, like a lot of these illegal immigrants who have been living in America for a while, they're actually in a great position to contribute to our society if we give them a legal path to immigration. Andrew is for a strong border, however, so that we can so that people who come in have to come in legally and they can't just sneak across. So he's definitely pro strong border and a legal path to citizenship. And I think what's unique with Andrew Yang is he's able to unite the left and the right. Um, there was a poll that came out recently that showed Trump is already winning over about 10% of 2016 Trump voters. Um, and the reason he has very reasonable, down to earth solutions. He's not idealistic, he's not ideological, he doesn't play identity politics. He's just a solutions oriented guy. He talks about math a lot, the numbers, and yeah. Does that answer your question a little bit? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, and that's I've seen Andrew Yang say in interviews. Hmm. Yeah, well, I really encourage you. Based on what I'm hearing from you, I really encourage you to look into Andrew Yang because a lot of my parents voted for Trump too. And when I showed my mom Andrew Yang's interview with Joe Rogan, she immediately was like, "This is the guy." Um, she admits that she voted for Trump last year because Trump saw that America was not in great shape. And Hillary at the time, she was saying, America's already great. And Trump is saying, no, we got to make it great. Um, and Andrew Yang knows this too. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. 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 Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sanctuary city. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. 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 Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I agree. And I think like being accused of being bigoted is just it's dismissive. And I think and you have a multicultural family, and the thing is, I've been making these calls. This is my first year ever volunteering for a campaign, by the way. But I've been making these calls, and the interesting thing is, I talk to a lot of Mexican immigrants who are pro-Trump, um, and it's because it was hard for them. It was hard for them to get legal citizenship. Now they made it, and they are seeing citizenship being devalued through illegal immigration. So there's definitely a lot of nuance there that people miss when they just dismiss people as bigoted and not like look deeper. Um, mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all bad. We have division. We have a real problem with identity politics and racial division. What's cool about Andrew Yang is that he doesn't he doesn't pander to identity politics, and he's not ideological. He simply wants to do what works. Um, I've seen social media posts of white nationalists being opening up to Andrew's message, and then coming over and kind of setting aside their old prejudices. And this is something I think what's most amazing about Andrew Yang is the way he talks about race, right? He said this one thing that really stuck out with me. He said that um, when people are under economic distress, they become more bigoted, they become more racist. Their IQ actually drops because they are busy struggling for survival. And while everybody else is talking about racism, racist, accusing people of being this and that, Andrew Yang is able to cut through all that noise and find the underlying economic, psychological root cause of distress. And that's one reason why he's really healing the division in our nation already. And he's barely getting started. So I'd encourage you to look out for him in the debates tomorrow. Do you think you'll watch that? Cool. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the problem is like the mainstream media really hates him. They actually conspire. Oh man, I'm on social media a lot these days, and uh, NBC News like they purposefully say his name wrong. They black out his picture on their graphics. It's really bad. Um, but the thing is with Andrew is he doesn't need a lot of time. Like you just give him, he doesn't need a lot of words because really like you don't need words. You only need a few words, you know. Just get to the point, and that's what he does. So, um, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Um, yeah, yeah. They're all, you know, part of the establishment. I'd say. Hmm. Hmm. Yes, it is. My name is Levin. Yeah, and your name is Sharon. Good talking to you, Sharon. Um, can I ask for one more thing? I'm just wondering if it's useful for you if I send you some information about Andrew over email. Okay, let me grab your email. Whew, that was a great call. Hey, Kim. That was a great call. That felt really nice. Really good. Hi, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if Mark is available. Hello, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if Ricardo is available. Ah, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, buenos dias, buenos noches. Okay, bye bye. Yeah. My Spanish is crap. Okay, other language. Yeah. Hello, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer, and I'm calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if Jitendra is available. Okay. Hey, is it okay if I talk to you? I'm just trying to collect some information about what's important to households. So, mhm. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you have a good evening. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Bye bye. Hello, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if Fred's available. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Asked to be taken off the calling list. First one of that kind today. Hmm. Hello, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important to Americans this year. Hmm. People, are you ready? Let's start the show. Don't worry about the president. He can't stop us now. Hello, my name is Levin. Hi, I'm a volunteer. I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for people this year in terms of the election coming up. He can't stop us now. He can't stop us now. Don't worry about the sitting president. Call dialer is getting slower and slower. What's going on? Hello, my name is Levin. Hello? Answering machine. Hello, my name is Levin, and I'm calling to find out what's important for Americans this year in terms of the. At the tone, please record your message. Hello, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling to find out what's important for Americans this year for the election coming up. I'm wondering if Archie is available. Ah, okay. Well, thank you for taking my call. Is it okay if I speak with you? And I'm just trying to find out what's important to households this year, and this will only take 2 or 3 minutes. All right. Well, great. And may I ask what your name is? Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, great. Yeah, I'm actually a volunteer. I'm donating my time to the Andrew Yang presidential campaign this year. I'm wondering if you've heard of Andrew Yang. All right, nice. So are you thinking about supporting him in the primaries? Hmm. Oh. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, that's a new term for me. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. I like it. Right. I agree. Yeah. Um, mhm. Good. It's great that you've heard of him and that you've already researched him a bit. Sounds like. Hmm. Hmm. Did you see the new poll from New Hampshire? The one that polled. Did you see the poll that pit the Democrats against Trump? Yeah. So yeah, and right. So Joe Biden was one. Andrew Yang was the second one, actually. So actually, the one I saw had Elizabeth Warren losing to Trump. But we had, yeah, hmm. Right, right. So I think Biden was up by 9 points. Yang was second at 8 points, and Yang's only just getting. Yeah, he had eight. He beat Trump by 8 points. And the thing is, he's just getting started. A lot of people don't even know who he is yet, and he's already doing so well. Right. hmm Yeah. Right. And if you, did you watch the second debates? All right. Yeah. All they did was. hmm 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 Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely climbing. hmm hmm Okay. Great. Well, I'm glad I could reach you today. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I think he's not about that. He's all about unifying. You know, as a volunteer, I had to read through his core values, and it is spot on. It's he's like it's humanity first, and it's humanity first for real. It's not just a slogan. He's like, you are not allowed to get negative on any other candidate, not even Trump. We're trying to find commonality here. He's really appealing to both sides already, as you may have already known. Um, hmm hmm Right, right. Great. Yeah, that's true. hmm hmm Yeah. hmm Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. hmm hmm Yeah. hmm Right. Right. Because the polls, yeah, the media landscape's kind of weird. Yeah, being part of the campaign, it's really apparent that mainstream media is trying to ignore Yang. Um, yeah, so and MSNBC, did you see that video of Andrew Yang crowd surfing at an event? So I was at this video was going viral on social media, and when MSNBC reported on it, they on purpose said Andrew Yang's name wrong. They on their reporting and on their teleprompter they said John Yang instead of Andrew Yang. So um, the hashtag Who is John Yang started like going viral on Twitter, and everybody was like in an uproar about MSNBC. But it's not just an isolated incident either. They're like time after time, every time there's a graphic, they like purposely leave his face off of it. So it's really blatant, and like it up until yeah. Mm, hmm 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 yeah. Yep. hmm Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll have Yang end up as the ham sandwich. So yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. The ham. Okay. Yeah. All right. I love it. Thank you. All right. Have a good night. Yeah. Bye. Woo! Dang. That was fun. This woman was like delightful. Um, mm. Okay, I'm gonna take one more call and then sign off. Yeah, man, that one. She had heard of Yang. Hello, my name is Levin, and I'm a volunteer calling on behalf of the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I'm wondering if Jeff is available. Okay, quick hang up. All right, let's sign off here on the phone. Right. Yeah, the last one. Um, yeah, she's very articulate and friendly. Thoroughly enjoy that conversation. Okay, so phone banking, man, it's pretty fun. I have at least like five or so, um, not I mean converts, or at least people who are happy to hear about Yang. And this session, I had a couple of really staunch Trump supporters that I do believe I got through to a little bit, you know. Um, yeah, signing off for now. Catch you guys later.